You're on, baby.
Nice. Dialing live, mortgage protection leads, everybody. Oops.
Hello?
Hi, is Bruce in, please?
I'm here.
Hi, Bruce. My name is Elisa. I'm calling on behalf of DHI Mortgage. You had requested information for mortgage protection. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, I'm the agent that handles your area. Let me see when I'm going to be in Claremont. I actually am going to be in Claremont on Monday. Would you be available about 6 p.m.?
Sure.
Great. I would need you, and is that your wife that's on the mortgage as well?
My wife yet.
Did you say yes?
I don't have a wife yet.
Oh, you don't have a wife yet. Okay. The information I have in front of me says somebody 72. Is that you?
I'm 73.
Okay. And then it says somebody else is 52. Is that maybe your fiance?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is her name?
Rita.
Rita. Okay. Are either one of you smokers?
No.
Okay. So let me just verify your information. You live at 3658 Maiden Cane Street in Claremont. Okay, it's not an exact sign, so I'll try to be there between 6 and 6:30.
Okay.
If you can please be so kind as to put that in your calendar, because I have a lot of folks to see that day.
Okay.
My name is Elisa. I will be with my husband. He works with me.
Okay.
And we will be there between 6 and 6:30. Is this a gated community, Bruce?
No.
Okay. And one last thing. Do either one of you have any major health issues, such as cancer, terminal illness, diabetes, anything like that?
I have diabetes.
Okay.
I got that from Agent Orange in Vietnam.
Oh, shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I guess that's the least of the problems, right, with Agent Orange?
Well, I got PTSD, diabetes, neuropathy, all that crap.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for serving. We appreciate that. Okay. If you can have Rita there as well, that would be great, Bruce. And
she works.
Oh, she works. Okay. Well, as long as we see you, that's fine, because you're the only one on the mortgage. So we will be there Monday between 6 and 6:30.
I heard you the first 3 times.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Agent Orange. So I make little notes that he would not qualify, probably for, at his age, 72, probably wouldn't qualify for any term with his medical unless it's non-med with Agent Orange and all kinds of things going on. So he's probably going to be a final expense candidate. I just make little notes. So going into the house, I would know exactly what's going on. Can you guys see me? I'm trying to be near my desk. And, oh, I got to go over this way. That's the issue.
We're sorry. You must first dial a 1 or 0 plus the area code when calling this number. Can you please hang up and try your call?
There, perfect.
We're sorry. You must.
The first time I call, I don't block the phone number. The second time, I'm going to do a little trick of the trade, *67. That'll block my phone number, so it'll come up blocked. Sometimes if they don't recognize the number, they won't answer it, but if it says unknown, they will answer it. Never leave a message because they're not going to call you back. Whoops. First guy was really rude. He's like, I heard you 3 times. Hi, Judy. This is Elisa. I'm calling on behalf of Quicken Loans. You had requested information for mortgage protection. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, I do. I know there's a bunch of companies that sent me information, and I just like send back one just to get an idea of what you're doing these days.
Sure, not a problem at all. I'm actually the agent that handles your area. Let me see when I'm going to be in Orlando. Do you work during the day as far as scheduling, Judy?
Well, I'm in Ocala. You said Orlando?
No. I said I work in your area. I'm actually in the Villages. I'm very close to you.
Oh, okay. And what do you need to do? I'm just curious. Do you need to make an appointment with me? Or?
Yes, I need to come over and just sit down with you, go over some things. There's no obligation. It's just information. I work for an independent brokerage, and we do work hand in hand with Quicken Loans. And I would go over exactly what mortgage protection is and the benefits and what it has to offer. That's it. There's no obligation, and then I can give you a quote when I come over.
Right, and I'm familiar with it because I had it on the house previously, where it gave you the value to pay it off if anything happens, and stuff like that.
Yes. So once again, I will be in Ocala Tuesday. Do you have some availability on Tuesday?
I don't know that I will. I do taxes for a living.
Okay. I just need like a 20-minute slot whenever you're available.
And it's not going to be at my house. You can come to my office.
That's fine. Is your office in Ocala?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. I can do Tuesday or Thursday.
It would be Tuesday afternoon, late afternoon. What's your schedule like?
Do you want like 2 o'clock or 3?
3 would probably be better.
3 o'clock. Okay, Judy. Nobody else is on the mortgage? You're not married?
No.
Okay. And can I have an address where you would like me to meet you?
Yeah, let me just get you my schedule here so I don't.
Sure. I'm going to be coming with my husband. His name is Jason, and we do it together.
Okay, your first name again is?
Alyssa, E-L-Y-S-S-A.
Alyssa and Jason.
Yes. You're currently 60?
Yeah.
Will you be 61 in the next 6 months?
No, October.
Okay. And are you a smoker or non-smoker?
Never smoke.
Okay, great.
What is your phone number? Just like keep it here in case there's any problem comes up.
Sure. This is my office. I'm going to give you my cell because I'll be working that day, so it's better if you call me on the road. The area code is 412.
At all.
412?
818. Yes.
When I was listening to Tom and
6038.
when they read that article, and I saw it on Realtor.com article.
Can you guys please mute out your microphones?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing a webinar, and I'm training some new agents, so I can hear background noise, and other agents can't hear me. They don't have their.
Okay.
Okay, Judy, an address for you, please. So 3 o'clock on this Tuesday.
Yes, and you're going to come to 6998 North US Highway 27, which is exit 354 off of I-75.
Exit 354 off 75. And this is Ocala, right?
Yeah.
Does it say like a company name outside your building or anything? Or is it in a house?
Yeah, it's in a shopping plaza, and I'm going to give you that. You'll probably see the big black bull, which is the Horse and Hound restaurant at the traffic light. Or if you see Community Bank, if you happen to turn into that, you can come in on that side of the plaza. It's not used to be able to light and come in. I am suite number 105, office 1.
Okay, let me just
Right in the corner. I'm right in the corner on the side by the restaurant, the Horse and Hound.
got it. Okay, it's 6998 North US Highway 27 in Ocala, Suite 105, Exit 1.
No, office 1. Office 1.
Oh, office number 1, Suite 105 though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we will see you Tuesday at 3 o'clock. You have my cell if for some reason you need to get a hold of me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye. 2 for 2, not bad. These are all mortgage protection mailers, which is 99% of our business that we run.
You have reached a voicemail. Hello?
Hi, Alicia, is she in, please?
Sure.
Is this her?
This is Alicia.
Alicia, I'm sorry. My name's
Yeah.
Elisa. I'm calling on behalf of Florida Credit Union. You had requested information for mortgage protection. Do you remember doing that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. Would you be available on Tuesday? I'll be in Ocala around 1 o'clock.
Maybe after 3, you have any open?
Sure. I can do 5 o'clock. Does that work for you?
So,
Okay. Can your husband be there as well?
yeah.
And what is his name?
Alejandro Chavez?
Alejandro. Oh, same last name as you?
No, it's Chavez. My last name is Guerra.
How do you spell Chavez?
C-H-A-V-I-Z.
Oh, got it. Okay. Let me just verify you guys live at 1230 Northwest 105th Terrace in Ocala. Is that correct? Okay, can you please make sure that Alexandro is there as well? And if you can write in your calendar, 5 p.m. on Tuesday with Alyssa and Jason. I will be there with my husband.
Okay, yeah.
Let me just ask you, how old are you, Alicia?
I'm 28.
Okay, and will you be 29 anytime soon?
July 4.
Okay, and how old is Alessandro?
He's 29 and he will be 30 October 1st.
Okay. And are you guys smokers or non-smokers?
Smokers.
Non-smokers. Okay, my name is Alyssa. My husband's name is Jason. Very important. I need you both there. So we will see you Tuesday at 5 o'clock. If you can be so kind as to put that in your schedule, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not an exact science. We'll try to be there between 5 and 5:30, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, correct.
Okay.
See you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Simple, right? With the right leads, very easy.
This is Mark.
Hi, is Michael in, please?
Yeah.
Hi, Michael. My name is Alyssa. I'm calling on behalf of First Florida Credit Union. Either you or perhaps your wife had requested information for mortgage protection.
I
You did. Okay, great.
My wife is my
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, I see something on my information. It just scribbled out, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. I'm actually going to be in Ocala on Tuesday. Do you have some availability? Let's say 1 o'clock.
No, I don't have any availability. Just 1 o'clock.
Okay. Do you work during the day?
Yeah.
Okay. When is your day off, or what time do you get off at work?
3 o'clock.
You get off at 3. So you're usually home at what, 3:34?
3:30.
Okay, I could do Wednesday between 4 and 5. Would that work for you?
That's short, yeah.
Okay, let me just get some information from you. It's Michael, correct?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you answered the phone. Hi, it's Mark. So I thought I maybe dialed the wrong number. Okay, Michael, you currently are 50 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, will you be 51 within the next 6 months?
Yes.
Okay, so you're closer to age 51. Are you a smoker or non-smoker?
And I'm currently doing back.
You currently chew tobacco, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And you live 4021 Southwest 5th Avenue, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So your wife is not on the mortgage, or ex-wife, you do not want her present, is that correct?
That is correct. She's on mortgage.
Okay, and that's about it. Is this a gated community?
No.
Okay. If you can please be so kind, I have lots of people to see that day. If you could put in your calendar, Elisa and Jason. I come with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be there between 4 and 5 on Wednesday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to give me a call about 3:30 just to remind me.
I actually will be with another client at that time. So can you, I'll wait. Do you want to get pen and paper and write it down? Yeah, unfortunately, if you tell me to call, I'll be in the middle of talking to someone else and I will forget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest.
I understand. I write it down and we'll let people forget about it.
We probably see anywhere from 20 to 35 people a week, so it's hard to.
I understand. Any idea what the rates will be?
It's based on age and health. Are you diabetic, any heart issues, cancer, anything like that?
No.
So you're young, you're only 51, it will be reasonable. My husband does all the quoting. I set the appointments. Are you on any medication?
Yep.
Oh, so it'll be very reasonable for you.
Yeah.
And you're only looking to pay off $63,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be a lot at all.
I'm on something in place if I get an accident, if I get out there, basically it.
Yeah, that's an accidental death and dismemberment policy, but not too many people make claims on those. You want something that's going to cover you for any kind of illness or any kind of major.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm wanting an investment if bad happens.
Yes, you want something that covers you in the event of anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wednesday between 4 and 5, Elisa and Jason. Okay, thank you. We'll see you then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, this is going to be a hard one to pronounce. Kalula. Mm. She's on fire.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 91.
Like I said, if I don't get them the first time, then I just call back. I star 67, which will block my number, and sometimes they'll answer. Jeremy, you cracked me up. You put them on fire. Not real, they're just really good leads. It's very simple, honestly. And I didn't really have anyone battling, so that's good. This is a great time to call people, actually. Saturday morning in Florida is perfect. And it's cold here today, it's like 50. So everybody's home.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
Sorry, it is not necessary. Oh,
Hi, is Sandra in, please?
what?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, Sandra?
Yes?
Hi, my name is Elisa. I'm calling on behalf of Loan Depot. Either you or Carson had request information for mortgage protection. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, but we don't want it. Thank you.
Well, what changed your mind, may I ask?
They already had somebody out there.
Okay, well, you know that we all work for independent brokerages.
That's okay. He went through it with us and we don't qualify and we changed our mind. Thank you.
Well, I think you should still have me come out and just give me 10 minutes of your time. I have every single carrier possible, over 50 of them. Oh, well, can't win them all. So we just move on to the next. They probably had health issues and someone quoted them really, really high, but oh well. They don't want it, you just move on. I put it in a pile to have Jason call them later because he's actually better at fighting with people than I am. Or I should say overcoming objections. So I'll just put that in a pile and put Jason on it. Maybe we'll have him call her later so you guys can see what exactly he says because he's really fabulous.
Out on the water, please leave a message.
They're actually from Pittsburgh. You know, by the area code.
Out on the water, please leave a message. Out. I'm sorry. You must first stop. Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number and dial again.
So that one we'll put in a pile that says door knock since the number isn't in service. Trying to get it down to him. came on. Can you mute your, thank you. Hey.
It's at 8 already?
Well, I said like 5 on that webinar. This lady hung up on me. I said maybe you could call her back. I told them you're better at combating people than me. Should the rep come out already?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 8135.
Jeremy said send in a pit bull. I said absolutely. Jeremy's funny. He said send in the pit bull. I said I'll have Jason come and call them. He's better than me with combating people. Or overcoming objections, I should say.
Oh, you're in the chat box.
Please leave your message for Please leave your message for 34735.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
We're sorry. We're sorry. You must first dial a
Oh, we are not available now.
We're sorry. You must first. What's the area?
Please leave a message at the sound of the tone, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, Jeanette.
Yes?
Hi, it's Elisa, the mortgage protection specialist. How are you?
Oh, it's fine. Yourself?
Good. You had to reschedule. You told me to give you a call this week for next week. Will you be moved in by then?
I'm hoping.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I just can't. I can't say yes because I have to wait for my job.
Okay, so do you want me to call you back the following week, or do you want me to call you on Monday?
The following week, but right now it's on the 3rd that they're installing my equipment. So just give me a call next week because I'm like pretty busy today. Today's a real busy day for me.
Okay.
So just call me during the week.
Okay, I will, Jeanette. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So how many appointments you have set so far?
8 appointments set so far. Gonna go for 14. That was a reschedule. Call back Monday. She's not even in the house yet. So just make a little note, call her back. We run 5 counties, so I try to stay in the same county on each. Every day, I try to keep us in the same county if possible, or at least similar ones.
Hello, please leave a message.
Like I said, if they don't answer, then I do star 67, which blocks your number. Will come up private or blocked. We're busy.
Hello, please leave a message. Hello?
Hi, Travis.
Yes?
It's Elisa, the mortgage protection specialist. How are you?
Hey. All right.
You and Taylor, do you have some availability next week to see us?
Yeah, I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe. No. All next week I'm gonna be at a work event.
Okay.
All next week in Tampa.
Okay. You want me to call you back for the following week?
Yes, that'd be good.
Okay. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Yes, you too. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Ray. My name is Alyssa. I'm calling on behalf of Compass Bank. You had requested information for mortgage protection. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah, I'm not interested at this time. Thanks, man.
Okay. Do you want me to try you back in a couple weeks?
No, thank you.
Okay. What changed your mind? That will be in the JPAL. And we just move on to the next.
Hello?
Hi, Gloria.
Yes,
Hi, this is Alyssa, the mortgage protection specialist. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I spoke with you back in December. You said you were going to check with your husband. Do you guys have some availability to see me next week?
Yeah, can you explain a little bit of what it covers and what all that is about?
Sure. It's just mortgage.
It's mortgage insurance, correct?
It's called mortgage
protection?
It's called mortgage protection. In the event that something were to happen to you or Stephen, it would pay off the loan.
Okay.
So I work for an independent brokerage, and we have over 40 different carriers. So basically, I work with my husband, who's my business partner, and we'll just come out, explain a few things to you, take up about 15 or 20 minutes of your time. It's based on age and health, so we'll just pre-qualify you, and then we can give you a quote. There's no obligation.
Okay, all right. Let me check my calendar and see.
Great.
Can you hold on 1 minute, please?
Certainly.
Hi, would Thursday the 18th be good?
Thursday the 18th. Okay, sure. What time is good for you?
I would say probably around noon.
12 o'clock, that'll work. Okay, let me just get some information. Gloria, how old are you currently?
62.
Will you be 63 in the next 6 months?
Actually, I think I just turned 63.
Oh, you turned you're 63 now. Okay.
63, yeah.
No problem. And how old is Stephen?
72. He'll be 73 next month.
Okay. Are you guys smokers or non-smokers?
Non-smokers.
Okay. Any major health issues? Diabetes, cancer, any kind of heart issues?
Steve has COPD.
Okay. I could still get him covered though. Anything on your end?
No.
Okay. And you guys live at 1510 DRUID Road?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. And you're in Inverness.
Right.
Okay. Like I said, if you can be so kind as to put in your schedule, Elisa and Jason, I come with my husband, and we will be there Thursday at 12 o'clock.
Alyssa, what did you say your husband's name is?
Jason.
Jason. Okay, and you are from?
Innovative Insurance Brokers.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so I make a little note, COPD, so he's not going to qualify for a UL or probably term. So he's going to be final expense. I make a little note in my book. Okay, moving right along.
Hi, this is Hannah with HCA Physician Services. I'm not available.
Oh, you're not a good name.
Are you?
Not everybody asks medical or their age when they're making the dials. I just like to have a game plan prepared before I get in the house. It's totally up to you. I just think the more prepared you are, the better you are. So at least I know their age and what their medical is for the most part, if they're going to qualify for a UL or a term product. By just asking those simple questions I ask.
Hey, it's Misty. Leave me a message and I'll call you back. Thanks. Please record you.
JD Zimmerman. You're going into
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 520. Su llamada ha sido transferida a un sistema de mensajes de voz automatizada.
Hello? Hello? I'm calling a final expense lead because I have it in my pile, so sometimes I just gotta switch it up a little.
Hi, you've reached Melissa. Leave a message.
It's here, leave me a message and I'll get back to you. The Bright House Network's customer you are attempting to call has not active. I'm sorry. Most very sorry.
Mary Ann.
Yeah,
Hi, it's Alyssa. I'm the mortgage protection specialist. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Do you and your husband have some availability this week?
No, we've already decided on somebody else's party.
Okay, you sure I can't beat the rate? Because I have over 40 different carriers. Do you mind if I ask what company you were covered through?
Liberty Mutual?
Okay. Like I said, when you go to buy a car, you know how you shop around? You don't go to like the first dealership and then just make a purchase?
We're okay. No problem. We're good. Thanks, though.
Okay. That was the lady we went to. Remember, her husband had to go to work and she came out in her pajamas? I mean, I don't know. You can tell them. Should I have combated that differently?
Did she hang up on you?
Yeah, she said they already went with Liberty Mutual. I guarantee I could have got her a better price. With Mutual
Immediately, you have to come out and say, I can get you double for the same price. Even though you may not be able to.
Hi, Herman.
It's about the only objection.
Yes.
Hi, this is Alyssa calling on behalf of Loan Depot. You request information for mortgage protection. I believe we had an appointment set and you guys had to reschedule.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will be back in Tavares next week. Do you guys have some availability, maybe Tuesday? I could do Tuesday or Thursday.
Can you do me a favor and call my wife, because it's usually not me that has a problem with my schedule.
Sure. What's her number?
I'll give you her number.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Here.
Hello?
Hi, Laderma?
Yes, Ladermi.
Ladermi, sorry. This is Alyssa, the mortgage protection specialist. So when would you and your husband be available for me to come bring you the information you guys requested?
Is this for the life insurance?
Mortgage protection.
Mortgage protection, but it's kind of like the life insurance, right?
It protects the mortgage in the event that something happens to you or your husband. It would pay off the loan.
Okay.
If you guys are in your 20s, it'll be very, very reasonable. I can do Tuesday or Thursday. I'm in your area.
One second.
Sure.
Are you off? No, I see. Okay. Yes, we're both. I mean, I'm working Thursday and then she's working Tuesday, so I wouldn't work for you.
It'll just take about 15, 20 minutes. That's it. Maybe before you go to work or after you guys come home.
No, I work 7 to 7.
Oh, I got you. When are you off?
Well, I'm off Tuesdays and Fridays, but Tuesday we have appointments and stuff, so.
How about first thing in the morning, like 8 a.m.?
8 a.m. And can this be over the phone or you have to?
Unfortunately, no. Not saying you, but we're mandated by the state. And if you decided you wanted it, we have to look at your driver's license. And you guys are healthy, I'm sure, because you're young, but people lie. They tell me they're not, that they're okay on their own, and I get through it.
Tuesday, 11:30.
Tuesday, 11:30. That'll work for me. Okay, let me just verify some information. You are closer to age 27. He's closer to age 30. You guys live at 2346 Bexley Drive.
Correct.
And you're non-smokers, right?
Non-smoker.
Okay, so if you can please put 11:30, Alyssa and Jason. That's my husband.
Elisa and Jason?
Yep.
Elisa and Jason.
And you guys have different last names, is that correct?
I'm sorry? Yeah, we do. I don't have his last name yet.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure that I had it right. Okay, we will see you at 11:30 on Tuesday if you can please.
Tuesday the 16th.
You got it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Okay, that one's good. You just, no matter what the objection is, you have to keep going back to the scheduling. That's all you do. Just keep pivoting back to the schedule until you get that appointment. And I'm making sure that everybody ties these in so that we don't end up going and then they're no show. Okay, this is a final expense. So I do all my appointment settings, so I just have to change my script a little. She was someone who canceled last week, so I'm just trying to get her on the schedule now. So I have 10 appointments scheduled so far. Usually go for about 14 would be good. 15 is my goal, actually.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
No good. Whoa. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Turis?
Yeah, it's me.
Hi, this is Elisa, the mortgage protection specialist. How are you?
No, nothing to do. I had a relapse and it's really taking me hard getting over this.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you?
That is my top, and then I just got over. It was clear for 2 days. Came back twice as bad, so I was really finding it bad. I was going to tell you, can I just call you when I'm feeling better and set up this time to talk to you maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, I got your number and I got it keyed in here. So I thought it'd still even talk to you guys, get some information. You may have more information I need anyway. Might be better. So I said I'd at least hear what you have to say, you know. Oh,
great. Okay, yeah, I hope you feel better, and that'll work for us.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow, they won.
Please leave a message at the sound of the tone, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 95. Hello.
Hi, is this Jean?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Jean. This is Alyssa. I'm calling on behalf of Quicken Loans. You guys have request information for mortgage protection. I'm trying to see when you guys are free for scheduling.
No, you know what date today is, right?
Do I know what today's date is?
No, you know what today is.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Well, thank you, because I wasn't sure. I was a little confused.
Oh, that's okay.
How about Monday afternoon? I think that would be the very best.
Okay, you're in a Popka.
That is correct.
So I'm trying to think. Okay, I have to be in Groveland at 4. And then
Well,
I'm
I just need somebody on the phone. I don't want to sound anybody. I'm just getting quotes from people right now, and you're the third one on the list, but by the end of the month, I want to make a decision who I'm going to pick.
Okay, here's the situation. I'll be totally honest with you. It's
Okay.
very difficult to give a quote over the phone. I'm a brokerage, so I have 50 different carriers. Basically, what it comes down to is health and age.
Okay, well, he's already been run through with one company and a nurse. I flew through with flying colors, so that I'm not worried about.
Okay, and like I said, there's so many variables.
Yeah.
With mortgage protection, it could be just depending on,
At that time.
pardon me?
If you call me Monday, I'll get the variables filled in the blanks with this other fellow, and then I'll read them to you, and we'll see if it's wise to go on from there.
Okay, what time is good to call you Monday?
Probably around 3 would be the absolute best.
Okay, go back. Do you guys have any health issues at all?
No?
I just want to have everything prepared. What's your current age?
I said I would talk to you Monday, okay?
Okay, I can't have any, without knowing your ages, I can't, somebody's 64, someone's 60. I wouldn't be able to.
Okay, and
Okay, I'll call her back Monday. We'll go from there. She wants me to compete with somebody else's prices, but she won't tell me. Yeah, the lead says 160, 164. I don't, you know, you can't always assume that the man's older because that's not always the case. But I will call her Monday. People don't understand
one call has been
that
forwarded
there's
to
so
an
many variables. Do they want to cover the whole amount? The 221,000, it might not fit in the budget. Do they want a term? Do they want a UL? Do they not qualify for these things? Which carrier do we go with? It's not just one quote. They think it's just one quote. You give it to them and that's it. That's not the case. Any questions so far? Jason's going to be taking over in about 5 minutes. Anybody have any questions?
Your call has been forwarded. System. Your call has been forwarded. 7.
This one's final expense. Jason?
Oh,
Hi, Linda.
yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Elisa, the life insurance agent. How are you?
All right.
Do you have some availability next week? I actually will be in Leesburg. Let me see, on Tuesday morning. Would you be available then?
I go to a meeting on Tuesday morning.
Okay, I could come see you Tuesday afternoon, like maybe around 1 or 2.
Okay.
Would that work for you? Let me see what else. Spring Hill, Inverness. Would 1 o'clock work for you?
Yes.
1 o'clock. Okay, let me just verify. You live at 924 Nebraska Street? Is that true? Apartment B?
No.
No?
Wrong person.
What it's 924. Is it an apartment number?
You got the wrong person in the wrong house.
Okay, are you Linda McNearly? Okay, well, maybe they had the address wrong. Can you give me your address, please?
1015, Baker Street, apartment 2.
Did you say Baker Street?
Uh-huh.
Is this in Leesburg?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you put in your schedule 1 o'clock, please, on Tuesday? Okay, it's 1015 Baker Street, apartment 2.
Okay.
And I will be there. My name's Elisa. I will be with my husband, Jason.
Okay.
Okay, we will see you. It's not an exact science. We'll try to be there between 1 and 1:30.
Okay.
And we will see you then on Tuesday.
Okay.
Thank you, Linda. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, we got 10 appointments set. Jason's going to be taking over very shortly. We need to do 5 more. You want to take over?
5 more?
I need to do 5 more. I did 10.
We'll keep going.
I'm going to go in the other room and you can take over.
No, you can stay here. Sure, people want to know, is she going to hit her goal? People want to know, is Alyssa going to hit her goal? She set the bar high, guys. Let's see.
Dropping like flies.
What? There's 9 on there.
Okay, I'm going to let you take it.
Hello and good morning, guys. I don't want to keep all you too long, but I do want to go over some sales strategies so you have them for the week, and I'll make them quick, real clear, and hopefully you can use them during the week. So with that being said, let me get started. Alyssa, great job on setting that many appointments. That's a hell of a thing to do. Every morning she does that. Every Saturday she does that, and it's incredible that she's able to do that. I can attest to the leads being, fantastic. So when you guys are ready to make the move to mortgage protection, it's really, really, really going to change your life. But we didn't start there. We got most of our skills came through final expense, and using those techniques and strategies to maneuver into mortgage protection, making that our #1 go-to lead now, and our primary source of income, along with the fact that they seem to yield more annuity agreements through those. Not saying that final expense you can't find annuities. I know Jeremy and his guys are out there and they're finding annuity programs in final expense. So if you're having trouble with your final expense leads, or if you're not ordering at all, you really need to start ordering your final expense leads. #1 is to order your final expense leads this week and keep a minimum of 20 to 30 a week coming in. You will not win this game of life insurance or become a successful rep without doing so. #2, enhance your skills by becoming more knowledgeable at your product, and that will allow you to maneuver into mortgage protection, which isn't that difficult, guys. If you want to make mortgage protection simple, you can just sell term products at the beginning. And if it's very easy to sell term products, I choose the Index Universal Lives. If that doesn't work out, you go into final expense, and you can also differ the two between the client, meaning you can explain the differences between term and whole life in front of them. So as you guys know, term means terminate. Whole life comes with percentages on cash. And that's the basis of selling that, is telling them the difference between the two. And even though this one is a lower premium, it's a smaller premium than this, 9 times out of 10 these days, people don't want to see their money go up in the flames, so they choose the cash value earning products, which usually ends up in a premium that's larger than the term, helping you make more money. It's very, very simple strategy that I use inside the house. I want to go over some things with you that I used this week to sell some products, which was exchanging products out, finding policies that are already on the table, asking the questions, you know, out of the two of you, who has the 2 of the higher Social Securities, Mr. and Mrs. Jones? Getting that answer to define what the income is to the house. Do you guys, Mr. Jones, are you going to be leaving her anything else aside from just the Social Security income, like a 401k, stock-based product, or some kind of pension that'll help you lure out the finances that you don't see yet? And that strategy teaches you how to or get the individuals to get out their products and allow you to see, you know, if you have a chance to sell an annuity by knowing what the hell's in that house. On top of that, you asking, do you have existing life insurance on you? And is it through work? If it's through work, guys, you got to understand that they can't carry that with them. That's a term-based product 9 times out of 10. All you got to do is ask them if they're paying on it. If they're not paying on it, most of the time it doesn't carry over with them. So learn about how to get this money and get the feedback that's necessary for you to be inside that house and sell life insurance at a higher premium. So knowing that they have life insurance products on the table helps you design another program for combining all those premiums. If Mrs. Jones has, you know, 1, 2, 3 products, and this product's $30 a month, this one's $60, and this one's $90, that's 15, it's $180 that you get. And if this totals up to $30,000 in coverage, you can easily do that for $80 a month. You can, especially for an index product, you'll easily be able to teach them how to get 30,000 plus for $180. And if it's equal to the amount that they have, this doesn't come with living benefits. So you can sell them on the same premium that they have, but enhancing the program by living benefits that most products that they've already purchased don't have. So make sure you use these strategies and use them well. So again, what I did is I went into the home and I asked, you know, who has the 2 of the higher Social Securities, which helps me understand what is coming into the home, how much money's coming in, so I can build a relationship financially for them for long-term reasons and get the most money out of them to protect them from inflation. So you've got to remember the word inflation. It's a scary word to people. And when you draw that line out and you point out that the fact that 4% is about what inflation is, that's what they have to defeat every year. So your program should come with an interest rate that deflects that. And that's what most index products come with. If you run into a jam and it is a financial thing, they don't have any money, they just can't afford much, and they don't have anything on the table, and then at that time you can look at the term options. So separate your pages. I would have 2 separate sheets of paper, and I'm going to draw this out for you. I would have one here and one here, and this one's whole, and this one's term. Giving them the option between the 2 and allowing you to describe the differences between the 2. In fact, what I was going to do, and I need to make a note of this to be honest with you, is I'm going to create 2 pages here that describe the differences between the 2. So when you're in the home, you can present them with the 2 different options and how they should purchase. One, they know that this one doesn't come with any cash value, as you guys know. The reason people purchase this product a lot more is because of their cash value earnings in fear that they may need the money later. Now, there is the ROP option, which is not in that many products these days, and it's not in all states also. So the ROP option is another option which is likely to sell that term product and, again, get you a higher premium. The whole thing about this is to get you the largest premiums out of every client, but at the same time, you're doing the right thing. Guys, if your premiums are $50 to $60 a month, they really are not the right products for inflation reasons. They're not really doing the job for later on. So if you can speak in future tenses, future terms, you're going to help the client understand that with inflation involved, that's the reason that they're paying that premium today. Now, Mrs. Jones, we can do a premium that protects you for today's needs, but what are you trying to explain to this woman? If Mr. Jones is gone, half of the income is gone. You're trying to develop her into a knowledge base that she understands what the future really does hold for her, and paint the picture, man. If you paint the picture wise and clear and have her feel it with emotions, she's going to buy the larger products every single time. So you have to get them involved with painting that picture, and no bullshit. Don't have them lie to themselves, meaning that somebody says, I can just be buried into the backyard. That's bullshit. You can't do that. That's great. I wish that was possible, but we can't do that. You got to move on past that objection. And then, you know, we have money in the bank. Fantastic. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. She's going to need it. How much money do you have in the bank? You know, asking a couple questions like I just did to the individuals is what you need to do. I'm gonna go through this real quickly. So one of the first questions you should ask at all times is, one, how much Social Security they each have, him and her. This is one of the very first questions that you need to ask. This allows you to understand the income in the home and the buying power that they have. Number two, on top of this, or aside from this, Mr. Jones, if I take you out of the picture and Mrs. Jones is just left, you guys should know this by now, that she has 1 year. This is the worst case scenario, by the way. And always give them the worst case scenario, because that's your job, is to paint a picture that is the worst case scenario. You're not trying to paint the best picture. You're trying to paint the worst case scenario. So if your income is gone, Mr. Jones, and Mrs. Jones is left with just this income, her income, let's say it's $1,200 a month. We're going to get to the bills and things like that. But right as of now, we know that this income's $1,200 a month. She loses his income of $3,000 a month, or let's say it's $2,000 a month in Social Security. She has to wait 1 year for this. 1 year. So does she have anything else aside from this, Mr. Jones? Does she have a 401k? Does she have a 403b? Does she have any stock-based products, or does she have a pension from you? Get these questions out. And if they say it's a pension, great. Here's what I want to do. I want you to maximize your scenario with your income earnings today to paint the best picture possible for her. Because 9 times out of 10, guys, you are trying to cover the woman has a worse time in the home than the man. And the man usually has a larger income. Now, if it's vice versa, you just change the program, the strategy up, and get it for him. And I do that a lot too. So we have this. These particular products here, this 401k, this 403b, this stock-based product, cash in the bank. Do you guys have any cash that she could live off of? Oh, we have $12,000. Okay, that's great. That's $1,000 a month for the next year that she could live on, giving her $2,200 a month. Always add the numbers up for them. Show them the numbers that they are going to have. When they visually see it on paper, it comes to life for them, and they understand exactly what they should be doing then. So you really need to get involved in painting the picture. Go through many, many, many sheets of paper. Listen, I swear to you that the sheets of paper, and Elisa can attest to this, I go through 5 to 10 sheets of paper painting a picture with a pen and paper for these individuals to see. And then I'll go back into them to review them, to go over the notes that I wrote about the history that we just went over. So what you're going over is present and then future. So you're going over the present and then you're going over the future. So we have this 401k, it's worth $120,000. That's great. That's something that you can work from too. Instantly, you know that there's an annuity product, but get this out of the way, get the sale done first. Number 3 is really focusing on what she's going to do. Is she going to stay in the house for mortgage protection? Even with final expense, ask the question, would you live here anymore, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, if the other individual wasn't here? You'd be surprised on how many people would move and they wouldn't want the house. Now, the reason I said that is because of what? There's something in the house that we're trying to protect, guys, and you have to understand what that is, and that's called equity. So your job is to protect equity in the house with final expense life insurance too. So if you're using final expense leads, this program still works. Social Security, out of the 2 of you, who earns the 2 of the higher Social Securities? The reason I'm asking is because that's what your significant other is going to be left with after 1 year's time. So after a year, you'll be left with that. Now, when Mrs. Jones is riding that wave of $1,200 a month, does she have anything else to ride on or support her, Mr. Jones? Did you leave her a 401k, or Mrs. Jones, do you even have your own 401k for that matter? And get that out of the way. And then understand what the equity could be in the home. So these three techniques and strategies work very well in the house to get numbers out of people. Then your job from this point, after you get everything out of people and you understand their situation, is to go over what they spend. Ask them, on average, if it is final expense, everybody thinks burial and just cremation and burial. Not me. I think about every aspect of it, even using final expense. So I know you guys want to try kind of take care of final expenses. So, what do you have in place is a great question to ask. Do you have life insurance in place for the future? And you got to get this answer out of them. This is an instant. If this is yes, you should get excited. If it's yes, get excited. And the reason is because you're going to teach them how to change this. If it's multiple policies, if it's graded, don't touch it. If it's multiple products, you can change it into one product. So you have one product now to work from, Mrs. Jones, not several. And explain to them, for your family to try to get money out of multiple insurance companies is very tough. So what we want to do is we want to maximize your cash bucket too. Do you need cash today, Mrs. Jones? Is there any reason on earth that you would need money? And I'm going to teach you something here, Mrs. Jones, and a lot of people don't know this. This is how the insurance company works. Give them a little education, man, on cash value. Here's cash value. Check this out. If we have the premium payments for $100 a month, hypothetically, and they're going towards a $25,000 policy, well, about 30 bucks of that is going towards this. And you could say maybe 60 to 70 bucks is into your cash value, or 50-50, it depends. So let's say 60 bucks is going into the cash bucket. We want to earn you as much percentages on your income as possible. So if I take 60 times 12, that's like $720 a year, plus the interest on it. So I just show them this, plus the interest earned on it, okay? And this shows them what their cash value could look like on final expense, because in index universal life products, if you do it right, or you can show them the illustration on your laptop, or you already, what you should do is have the illustrations already printed out. If you are using index universal life products, you can, even for final expense, you can do an illustration for like $25,000 at each home that you go to show them the difference. And at your desk, check out the price difference. Look at what it would cost for $25,000 in final expense, like Mutual of Omaha, using something like that, and not their GUL, but compare that to the GUL, and see the difference, or LSW compared to $25,000 in final expense Mutual of Omaha or Prosperity. See what the price difference would be. I know you don't know their health and anything about them yet, but when you get there, you can always change it up. You can work from the top and work your way backwards and come down in cost and graded and return of premium products. So what you're doing here is just making them aware of what they have and the ability that the cash value has to earn, so they're not going up in flames. Now, also, you're going to get them their cash value back. So inside the products, every product, if it's final expense, in the back of it somewhere in the sheets should show you the schedule of the cash value. So try to show them what their cash value is worth today. And the best way to do this and take control in the home is by contacting the carriers. Mrs. Jones, you have multiple policies. And the way this works is if this product is worth $10,000 and you've been paying $50 at $600 a year and you've been doing that for 15 years, well, this might have $5,000 in cash value now, okay? And your house seems pretty good, so you probably qualify for something better than this. So what I'm telling you to do is the company actually only owes you $5,000 of their own money now. $5,000 of it's yours. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you have the ability to get something new and better in place for about the same premium and get $5,000 in cash today. So teach them how they can use their old policies to attain the goal of getting money into their hands. And you have choices here now as a rep. You can number one, get them this, or B, you can turn it into annuity cash. If it's above $10,000, of course. So make sure you're going through the policies that are existing, guys, and making them understand what they have as an option to sell them larger premiums. And what does this do? Multiple policies, multiple premiums added together equals one big product for you to sell now, okay? So very simple strategies inside the home to use. I don't know, when you first walk into a house, it can be confusing to learn my strategies and then try to use them in the house. So the very first thing that you should start with is the Social Security ask. Ask that question. Get to know them through rapport building while you're asking questions. A lot of you, I don't know if any of you were sitting in the home, like the old school way of training was to sit in the house with them for 15 freaking minutes and try to build rapport to the point of trust, okay? That's ridiculous. It's too much time, first of all, and it really doesn't associate you with rapport building. It just gets them to know that you know their house the better, or you know about their kids, okay? Doesn't really say anything about you. When they buy you or they buy your products, they're buying your professionalism. They're buying your integrity. They're buying your knowledge. And when you're able to show proof on paper and get the other carriers to show the proof for you, meaning their companies, you can sell deals all day long through these strategies, okay? So again, which of the two of you earns the two of the higher Social Securities, explaining that the other has 1 year to wait. Find out if they have life insurance. Find if they have investments. And explain why. Do not just ask, do you have investments? Tell them why. Tell them, Mrs. Jones, the reason I'm asking is because you're going to live on this when he no longer is here. So to support this, I'm trying to find you what we call a void filler in our business, meaning that between the money that you've lost is now captured through this policy that I'm getting you. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, just like I'm painting it out for you, I'm going to paint it out on paper for them like this too. Everything that I talk about basically is illustrated too. So it's very powerful when you write it down. So get used to writing this stuff down. I don't know if you guys are using all the right products, but if you don't understand what product to use when, that's why I simplified it by starting at the top, which means, what does that mean? That means the lowest premium for the highest payout. That's what we're all trying to do. But you guys might not know which companies do the best at this. So I'm going to explain. Mutual of Omaha, we just call MOO. Okay? MOO. You got LSW. Okay? I'm bringing some new ones to the table too, so you can use those. But these two are my main go-tos. And then we have Prosperity. If you guys haven't used Prosperity, I think, Jeremy, you used Prosperity this week, didn't you? Did you like Prosperity, right? You like Prosperity. Prosperity.
I love Prosperity, man.
Yeah, Prosperity is a great product, man. And do you know any advantages to using Prosperity yet? You know some advantages?
Just know that they take high risk stuff. I mean, that's really
right. That's a great reason why to use them. The difference between these two is that this one allows a little more risk or a little more risk taking than Mutual of Omaha. And out of these three guys, that's it. That's really what you can. Well, one more. You need a graded product too. This is your last option. So these three products right here is all you need, man. That's all you need to really learn. If you just offer that too, by the way, you don't have any worries in the house. Oh, we have 25 different products to choose from. Which one do I use? Simplify it for yourself. Start with one, go to two, go to three, and then learn the products one by one. How do you do that? Call the carriers in front of the people and get the knowledge you need right in front of the, capture them by you going to work for them. People want you to work for them. That's what you're hired to do, is find the biggest numbers to pay out for the lowest premium rates possible. And that's how you get larger premiums too. So inside the house, you're
Prosperity is graded isn't bad either.
Prosperity's graded isn't bad either, right? And you know, you have so many options to be able to utilize these products, but if you haven't learned them yet, again, go to the carrier this week and try. I want each one of you to learn one product this week, inside and out. Just totally learn the riders. How about adding riders on? Look, here's what I do inside a house. When I'm selling final expense now, I had a guy that only could afford $20,000 in final expense. We tried an index universal life. We tried this, we tried that, and they wouldn't get him through. So we did, I think we did Mutual of Omaha. We did $20,000 in final expense, but I added the rider on for the accidental, okay, which makes it now $40,000. And I'm going to tell you something, even though it's just due to accidental, when people see that number, and guys, it was only like $2 more a month, which increases the amount of premium that you get to receive back for the sales that you do. So you make more money this way. So it's not much, but it's something. The bottom line is when people see a larger number, you're going to sell them all day long. So when you sell products and you feel like you don't have enough to pitch them, and it's kind of like it's a drag, the very first thing I want you to do is this. I don't want you to explain that it's accidental death and dismemberment yet that's added on. I just want you to pop the number up. So you pop the number up. Or this is even better. How about this? Put the number up like I did. I say $20,000. Well, you know what, Mr. Jones, let me try something here. Go to your computer, inside your phone, calculate, add the rider on, get them more money by throwing on the accidental death, okay? Now, jot this in. And I write numbers kind of big on paper too. And I'll write the premium small. So I'll write the premium like this. It'll be like $48. So I'm showing the premium small and I'm showing the payout big. When you're writing on paper, write the premium small and write the payout big. Don't do the reverse of that, writing the premium large on the paper and then writing the frickin' payout small. $40,000 is paid out to this guy now, and he went with it, man. Why? Because the visualization he had on 40 grand. His belief is you could die in a car accident, you could die getting hit on the head with a hammer, somebody's doing your roof, you get hit with a shingle, I don't know, slip and fall, anything possible happen. But the product was sold, and I'm going to tell you something. He wasn't buying it for 20 grand. He wasn't moving. But until I added this onto it, that's it. He bought the product then, okay? So remember that you have the ability to double the number when you're using final expense. So if you want, you can draw down a line here. Here's 20,000. Here's 40, Mrs. Jones. Here's 50,000, Mrs. Jones. Here's 100,000. Okay, now you have larger numbers to show them. That's what interests people. They don't want to see small numbers for their money. They feel like it's a waste of cash. However, as much as it isn't, you have to explain, even if they were to buy this product and they're paying $30 a month, Mrs. Jones, if I put this same 30 in the bank tomorrow and I die tomorrow, I only receive $30. God forbid I go tomorrow, I receive $20,000. You don't think that's a really good return on investment? Plus, if I make it the distance, it earns cash value. So hypothetically, if your husband goes before you, remember, try to teach them that one product can be used for 2 reasons, 3 reasons. You know, 1, pay the death on the old man. If he passes away, it pays for his death. Number 2, it earns cash value. Number 3, if she dies before him, he's going to collect the cash in the bucket, okay? Baby. So he's going to collect the cash in the bucket. So there's three actions of one policy. 1, again, the payout. Number 2, the cash value. And number 3, the individual that's not on the policy, that it's not protecting, can later on just pull the cash out and stop paying for the product. So if they don't need to cover any money anymore, they just pull the cash out. And it's a win-win, guys, when you do it that way. I really feel like I need to explain that a little better. I don't know if you got that. So I want to make sure that you understand final expense and the way it should be sold. This is final expense, okay? And the number one thing that you can tell them is that it comes with a death benefit, all right? Now this death benefit's on him. Mrs. Jones is paying the death benefit, so if he dies, then she gets paid $20,000. This is real quick here. Number 2 is the cash value. It's earning cash value, guys. You don't have to worry about putting your money towards it. It's not like your electric bill where you don't ever receive anything again. When you go to sleep at night, you can know that this is earning cash value, and plus it earns interest. It's higher than your bank account, so you don't have to worry about your money. This is a great investment, okay? Number 3, I call these investments. This is a wonderful investment for somebody. Where in this picture are they not receiving money somewhere? Okay? 1, they have the $20,000. They got it for the death benefit. Number 2, they got the cash value plus the interest. Number 3, if Mr. Jones survives Mrs. Jones, all he's going to do is take the cash out. Remember this. This is very powerful for selling final expense. It's huge. It's a big, big, big deal. So 1, 2, 3 reasons to buy final expense life insurance, right? That's an incredible way to pitch that, all right? It's just fantastic, and it works every time. Also, remember, if this $20,000 doesn't look big enough, I want you each and every time to add the accidental death on. Let me do this again, one more time here. I'm going to show you what the difference looks like. Just like my scenario, the guy didn't like the fact that it looked like $20,000. Okay, that's just straight life. That means he's just getting the face amount for his kids. Now, on top of that, I was able to add the accidental to it. Now it becomes $40,000. And I draw it on paper real big so we could see the 40 grand. So the premium increased by $2 a month. That's it. For the chance at another 20 grand, all right? So now this guy has $40,000 he's staring at, and that all day beats this number, as you all know. This is the better picture to paint. This will sell you more products. Add the accidental on, and you will sell more policies, period. If you don't, look, you got to have that lead flow rolling in. I keep telling you this. And you got to keep your lead flow rolling. You've got to have 20 to 30 leads a week minimum for $5,000 a week. Jeremy, real quickly, if you don't mind telling people, what did you earn this week? Just off a little bit.
3,300.
Okay, 3,300. Now, you didn't order any leads, did you?
No, those are all from old leads.
Okay, so, but Jeremy's different. He has a backflow of leads, but Jeremy, I keep telling him to order leads. I'm going to tell you why. One day, somehow, some way, he's going to run out of this thing that he's so into. It's going to, and not just him, many of us. I've done it in the past too. I thought I have enough leads in stock to keep pushing. Do not stop your lead order, man. He could have done $10,000 last week with new lead orders. What would that have cost him? He would have paid $300.
$300.
Yeah. You're learning something here, Jeremy, today. Please, please order. Okay. I'm done picking on him. Again, one more time. I'm in the house. This is very powerful. As you all know, I sell the very largest of premiums, very large premiums. We're talking $300, $500, $1,000 a month premiums. I do not need to see as many people as you. Okay, that's the number one thing that I want to try to train you on, is to see less prospects but sell higher premiums. And the very first thing that I do is I evaluate their scenario by getting them to tell me what the Mrs. Jones, out of the two of you, who earns the two of the higher Social Securities? That's the number one question to be asked. Why? Because they got 1 year to live on that. Okay, Mrs. Jones is left with her income at $700 a month. He's got $2,000 a month waiting for her after 1 year. Just to wait 1 year to receive that from Social Security. That's your first void to sell life insurance, okay? So she has to survive on this. Boom, there's a sale. Number two, besides that, Mr. Jones, do you have anything else that she could survive on? Is there any cash in the bank that she could survive on? Yeah, we have about $5,000. Okay, well, that's great. That's about $500 a month. $500 a month for the year. That gets her to what? $1,200 a month. Now, at the end of this, you guys know that you orchestrate this in a manner where you get their bills and you understand what they're paying out. So, long story short, what you're doing is you're asking questions to get the income coming in versus what's going out. And at the end of this picture, you show them, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, do you agree that you have $500 to $1,000 a month left over? And that's today's age. That's in today's era. That's without inflation hitting us. So how important is it to get Mrs. Jones this product in place for $50,000? For what reason does she need 50 grand? Well, one of the biggest reasons is to protect the equity in the house. You've got to learn how to teach them to protect the equity inside the house. Even if you're selling final expense life insurance, teach people about the equity in the house. It will help you sell larger products. All they're thinking about when you're selling final expense is burial, coverage, cremation, leaving a couple bucks behind. But when you start painting this involved picture of them not having enough money to pay for the mortgage, the taxes, the food, the cars, is there any car payments left? Mr. Jones, if you die tomorrow, does Mrs. Jones still have to continue the car payment? Now you see that the picture's being painted for all the things she's going to. How much is the electric bill average a month? Is it about $100 to $150? Write it down. A food bill, is it average about $50 to $100 a week? That's $400 a month. That's what's coming out of their pocket. And then you're going to train them on what needs to be in that picture for the day that they void that individual out, which is Mr. Jones usually. So we're painting a picture, put Mrs. Jones in a position that she's used to when Mr. Jones is no longer here by using both their finances together. Look at this. If I take these two numbers together, they have $2,700 a month coming in. They got $5,000 put away. So this number helps me know that they're not hurting too bad, that they can afford something like $100, $200 a month without crippling them. And the last thing I know is that they have $500 to $1,000 a month on average left over for an investment. Start calling it an investment. Investing your money into life insurance. You're not buying life insurance, you're investing into life insurance. Make sure that you're justly explaining this to them. Now, for those of you that are not in mortgage protection and strictly final expense, it's very important to creep your way into their hearts and minds to explain how do I find the money? That's basically what I want to get to. So finding the money is asking the question, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I don't ask, do you have stock-based products straight out? I don't ask, do you have a 401k? I ask, will Mrs. Jones be left with anything else when you're no longer here, such as a 401k or 403b. Mr. or Mrs. Jones, will Mrs. Jones be left with anything else aside from the Social Security that she has to wait 1 year for? Make sure you're writing all this down. When you're in the house, take a pen and paper and paint the picture for them. Show them the numbers. The numbers do not lie at the end. It tells all the truth that you need to do for you to be able to sell larger products. So I have $100,000 in 401k. How do you sell this thing? All right, let's go over how to sell this. I have $100,000. Has it ever lost any money for you guys? Have you taken any hits in the market? Yes, 2008, everybody took a hit. We all know that. So I've lost some money over the years. What was your highest? What was your 401k when it was at its highest? What was it? How much was it? Was it valued at $200,000 at one point? No, it wasn't. Was it 150,000? Okay, see, I'm giving them the answers, guys. I'm not just asking questions. I know this shit, so I'm giving them the answers to get through this quickly. Was it about 150,000 bucks? Yes, it was. Okay, so you lost about 50 grand. Great. Here's what we're going to do. In 10 years, in 5 years from now, I can get you that 50 back. Okay? Right out of the gates, I could probably start you at about $106,000. What I have is something that they call, it's the new 401k of today's age. It's called an index, it's called an index annuity. I'm sorry. It's called an indexed annuity. These things double every 10 years. Now, I want to do an illustration for you. I just want you guys to really know everything that you need to know about your position today so your future becomes as bright as it possibly can be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an illustration. I'll literally ask them to use their computer. Hey, Athene, I need an illustration done on a 60-year-old male for $100,000. It's in a 401k. I don't know where it's at. They might ask you where it's at or what it is. Is it this and that? So if you don't know the answers, just tell them it's $100,000 you need an illustration for. The illustration is going to come back, print it out on their computer or use your laptop and show them the non-guaranteed structure of it. Now, the non-guaranteed structure of this product is that when it says non-guaranteed, all that means is that it has the ability to grow better, period. Now, it can also take losses, but the proof is in the past 20-year look. All these companies come with a history to them. Inside the illustration, it's going to show you, Mr. Jones, if you were with this company for the past 20 years, you would have $300,000 put away now. How's that sound? You like that number, Mr. Jones? That looks great, right? So as of now, I'm going to take this off the board, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what you'll be worth in 5 and 10 years. So here's 5 years, here's 10 years. You have $150,000 here, and you'll have $200K here. That's it, guys. That's all you have to show them to sell index annuities. Show them the illustration, okay? That's the non-guaranteed look. The guaranteed look just means that it's going to run them out for life, depending on their age. If Korea bombed us tomorrow, that shows what the illustration would look like if all markets failed, okay? So this is a great system to selling index annuities and getting you guys what? I don't even know. You know, some of you might be earning 7% on these, 6%. I mean, what is 6% of 100 grand? Does anybody know?
6 grand.
That's
6,000.
Holla. So $6,000 on top of what you've already sold them. Or how about this? Here's a little adjustment for you. If people don't like the premiums, they don't want to come out of pocket, this is the alternative to selling life insurance or mortgage protection. So you don't have to just focus on selling premiums, guys. You can use what they have existingly, and it doesn't come out of pocket. It'll protect them. They just have to wait the distance. Mr. Jones, you know what? I know your house is valued at $200,000 and you want to pay that off. So, you know, all you would really need to do is pay for the next 10 years. You'd have equity built in your house. You would owe less on it. So you'd owe about $150,000. I can do that and pay your house off in 5 years for you. All right? How would you like to pay your house off in 5 years? And the rest of the money is yours for the rest of your life. Maybe not too advisable for the fact that they may need this for retirement, But if they can survive on the fact that they have a great income, you could do that strategy there. But the main goal of this is to show them every 10 years that their money doubles. Just remember that when you're talking about this stuff. Every 5 years, it's going to increase by what? 50,000. I think the minimum on this sucker is about, you got to sell this at about 10,000 bucks for minimum, okay? Anybody not ordering leads, get into ordering leads. We have the strategy in the house. We're asking about the fact that they have Social Security income. We know that they have life insurance. Make sure you ask, again, why do we ask for life insurance? 1, 2, 3. If there's 3 policies on the table, 1, 2, 3 policies on the table, you're going to turn them into one big policy, okay? You're going to get them their cash value back. I want to show you one last thing, and I'm going to let you go. Again, how did I do this? Here's how I teach people about their policies, okay? This is so important that you grasp this. This will show you a lot of product. Again, if that product is worth $10,000, Mrs. Jones, you've been paying 60 bucks a month for the past 15 years of your life, or whatever the case may be. This is growing cash value. So this company now has $5,000 of your own money inside here. Right? That's $5,000 you could have today. All right. I'm just teaching you a little something about this product. So the company only owes you $5,000 now. They don't owe you $10,000 as you're thinking. Why? Because 5 of it's yours, 5 of it's theirs. And the more you keep paying in, the less they owe you. Okay. So this strategy here works so well that I sell maybe 1 or 2 of these a week, to be honest with you, using existing life insurance products on the table. What else do I have? I got 2 more products to go over with them. How do you do it? 1, you either get them to get their policies out and you look into the cash value history sheet. They come with every policy as long as their whole life. Number 2, you go into and you review it with the company on the phone. Mrs. Jones, here's what I'd like to do, just so you're aware of where your cash value is today. And we're going to make sure that it's not one of those index universal lives, which is one other strategy you guys need to learn. Because if it is an index universal life, you need to learn about cost of insurance. Let me get through this. The number 2 thing is that you're getting all the policies on the table. You're showing cash value. Now, at the end of this, if she's had these policies a long time, you may be able to get her a check in 14 to 21 days for $10,000 plus, okay? And you squash all the premiums into one premium, all right? Now you're able to equal what she used to have or get her more. If you're selling final expense and it's equal to what she has, add on the accidental. It'll make it look larger, okay? Number 2, if you use the LSW Index Universal Life product, you're going to show her extreme cash value earnings, you're going to show her a large face amount, and you're going to show her living benefits that she didn't have before. So now you increase the value of the product that you're selling. She now has living benefits. She didn't have that before, all right? So take this all off the board. One more thing before you go. One more thing before you go. One more thing is this, index universal lives. When you find these products on the table and they're out there, believe me, you can sell on this all day long. This is cost of insurance is growing like wildfire. You need to get them educated on this. Mrs. Jones, here's how this product works. This product comes with what they call cost of insurance. It's called COI. And inside there, you have cash value. You're paying your premiums into this cash, but this is taking it back out. So every month, you don't see this happening. Once this is gone, this policy is completely diminished. It is no more. It's like term. What the best option for us to do now is let me contact the company. I want you to be aware of what you have, okay? I work with the company. 9 times out of 10, any carrier that you see on the table, you may already have too. So, and if you don't, no big deal. Just call the company. Call the carrier up and ask them what the premium is. Here's the question you're to ask. How much is the premium? How much cash value is there? And what's the cost of insurance? How do you know if it's an index universal life product? It'll say it on top. Ask the people, do you know if your policy is an index universal life or a universal life or a flexible universal life? All this comes in it. This is the killer here. This cripples policies right here. And this is your reason to get them this out immediately, get them their cash value out, and start them in a new program, because the cost of insurance will cripple the product. So if none of you understand that, please get in with me on a separate phone call so I can separate what you don't know compared to what you do know. But the cost of insurance is a huge selling deal when you're in the field. You will sell more products and look so intelligent in front of the client that it's unbelievable. They will, and then once the company tells them about this, check this out. The company's going to tell them the cost of insurance, Mrs. Jones, today is roughly $70 a month, okay? And how much does it go up every year? Ask that question. How much does it go up every year? It goes up by $10 or $20 a year is what I do know, all right? So next year, worst case scenario, this is $90. How much is that a year? That's over $1,000 a year being taken out of their product, okay? So if they have $3,000 in cash value left in their bucket, how many years do they have? They have about 2.5 years left on this product. That's it. So you just saved their asses from losing a policy that they didn't even know that they were going to lose. So the education, that part right there will sell them on, they'll be like, I didn't even know that. I thought it was whole life. I had no idea. Thank you. Now you have the ability to put them in a product because they need it. Plus you got them $3,000. Mrs. Jones, you use this $3,000 and reinvest it back into your new product. Start making your premium payments with this and start building cash value this way. Don't worry about cost of insurance if they're older too much, guys, because it should go to death in an index universal life product, okay? You should be able to ask the carrier, will this go to death? I wouldn't ask in front of the client because all you're doing is replacing an index universal life for an index universal life. So you got to make sure that it goes to death do them part, all right? Hey, is there why have you guys on here? Is there any questions or anything that you're running into in the house? Anything that I can help you with to help you make sales this week? Anything at all, please just throw it out there. Any objections? Anything, anything. Anybody got any questions at all? It's question time. And I'm going to assume if there are no questions that every single one of you goes out and makes $10,000 by Wednesday this week or Thursday. So that should be the solution to this. I'm asking you to ask me questions so I can get you the answers that you need inside these homes. One of the questions may be, you know, the presentation, the telephone. Did anybody see Elisa setting the appointments? How impressive was that at 9 a.m. this morning? How cool was that to see this girl get on the phone? And I trained her well. I mean, but informally, there are some objections that she still needs to learn, you know. I think one lady got off the phone because she said she already had it. You know, the only way to defeat that is, Mrs. Jones, listen real quick. I can double the amount that person got you. Just kind of fib to them. I got shit all over my face, man. I can double the amount that individual got you for the same premium. Just go out and see if you can work it out. By the time you're in the house, sometimes you got to tell little white lies, guys, to get into the home. So at the end of the day, it's all worth it because you are the better of the two options for that woman or that man inside their house, not the other rep. You're going to understand that most of these reps have no fucking clue what they're doing inside the house. They just completely are lost and they're selling the wrong products. And that's why you're able to go in and replace so many products. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to get that woman back on the phone. And I'm going to make sure I get into her house because I know I can beat what that dude gave her. Index Universal Lives, guys, is where it's at when you're selling this stuff. I'm telling you, if you can get wiser on selling Index Universal Lives, you'll blow the competition away. There's living benefits, 7% interest on cash value. I mean, think about that. We should be investing into this stuff. It's that important. So I think that's about it. You guys have done a wonderful job by being on this damn thing for 2 hours straight. I applaud you. If there are no questions, I'm going to let you all go. If you have questions into the future, if anybody would like to, if you're all new and you don't know of the organization or you want to be a part of what I'm doing here, I want you to text me at this telephone number. Just text this and text join. I will call you about getting involved in my organization and getting you trained. 2 to 3 times a week we do this training, okay, just so everybody's aware. And we really do make a lot of sales due to the training that I'm giving. The great part about this is, lastly, is I'm still in the field 1 to 2 days a week. So I'm giving you what I'm learning inside the house and the past 8 years of knowledge that I have, and I'm giving it to you so you can go out there and make larger sales. The key here with this organization is to out-train everybody else and to sell larger premiums. I want to sell larger premiums. The average premium sale, if you're good, 60 to 80 bucks. We need to get ours to 150, 250 bucks per app. And you guys can do that if you teach them something, okay? You really, 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 really can. Fuad, would you bring it on for a call quick? I don't know, Fuad, I'll get to you in a minute. Anybody have any questions for me? Anything that you're running into in the house? Like, can you think about what you did this week? And were you in a home and you couldn't sell a deal? Or was there anything that you could have done better? Is there anybody that can help the team by telling a story? Is there anything that you have? Jeremy, you're going to learn how to become a coach. So I want you to tell something about your week. Did you run into something that you didn't sell this week? Or did you not sell a deal this week, or you sold them all?
Let's see. I think there was a couple we couldn't sell this week.
Is there any reason?
I was out with Josh this week. We ran together.
Okay, you guys ran together. Is there any reason?
Hey, Josh, are you there?
Josh, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. We ran into one lady that had $300,000 in with her Edward Jones guy, and she didn't need anything. She didn't need life insurance. She didn't need, she pretty much said, "Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm really sorry to waste your time, guys." We got her email address from her. So that was one I almost slipped and busted my ass on the sidewalk because of ice.
Well, now look at this. There's $300,000 you're telling me, and there's no illustration. So you have her email. I want you to do an illustration for this and send her what it looks like to do an Index Universal Life. This is your last shot with her. Or mail it. Send it in the mail. Guys, when you leave a house, remember, you can still mail people things. You can send a mailer to your old leads too. If somebody's not answering the phone or they're not answering your door knock, send a personal letter out. Say, "Hey, I'm interested. I know that you want life insurance. I'd like to help you." Send a personal letter out with your signature on it. This is $300,000, guys. Hey, somebody mute. That's probably Jeremy, who's usually the loudest. But don't mute it out because I need you. You're always so loud on here, dude. I don't know why. So $300,000. I want you guys to show her that that's $600,000 in 10 years. You said Edward Jones, right? Josh, you said Edward Jones, right? Edward Jones.
Yeah, she's got a local guy with Edward Jones that she said does everything for her.
Bottom line is she does need your help. This turns into life insurance. Where the hell is Edward Jones ever going to earn her $600,000? They can't earn her $600,000 in 10 years. I want you two to get an illustration together, and I want you to send it to me. And I say, last resort, Mrs. Jones, you may be interested in knowing, here's an option we found to double your money with no downside. 0 downsides to the market. All right? Who else did you not sell? Josh, who else did you not sell?
The other one that's on the top of my head, we spoke with you right after we got out of the appointment. There was this one lady that we just couldn't get her to dig up her old policy. She really had no interest in digging up her old policy that was buried in her basement, and she just didn't feel like doing anything.
You wouldn't go get the policy, right?
Yeah, we didn't even go get the policy for us. And we were there for like 45 minutes tried to impress on her as much as we
All right,
could
well,
without offending her.
again, some of the questions you asked me was how to handle that. Go ahead and mute yourselves out now. Nobody can hear. Mute yourselves out. So with this, what I would do in this scenario, mute yourselves out, please, everybody. What I would do with this case scenario is teach her how to find, find that carrier. Guys, mute yourselves out, please. Mute. Thank you. So at the end of the day, I'm going to try to get her account information. In her account information, since she wouldn't go to the basement and go get that product for you, and she didn't know the name of the carrier, so I want to go through her account information, ask her if she's got an old bank statement. If you have an old bank statement, that'll tell me who the carrier is. And the reason I'm doing this, Mrs. Jones, is because I'm going to be able to double the amount that you got. 9 times out of 10, 9 times, just don't so you're not lying, 9 times out of 10, I'm able to double the amount of money that I'm leaving behind. Plus, you're able to get cash value. Here's a hypothetical, Mrs. Jones. You say that you have a $25,000 policy. You've been paying for it how long? Okay, well, there's probably $10,000 in cash value inside. Now, here's where you would have illustrated for her. The company only owes you $15,000 of money now. You have $10,000, and you're talking to somebody that's able to double the amount that you're able to get for about the same premium. Now, I'm telling her this so I can review the policy and get her to go with this. If she would have got that policy out for you guys, you could have probably proven that it was an index universal life. She had cash value built up. You could have told her that the company only owed her 15 grand compared to the 10 that she has invested into it. You could have got her this cash out, and you should have drew this out for her. So next time, make sure you draw the picture out a little clearer for them to understand, and make sure that they believe that you can get them more face amount life insurance for their family, period. Tell them also the benefits are, it comes with living benefits too. See, what we're doing, guys, is we're building value. We're no longer just selling life insurance, we're building value to it. And that's how you get larger premiums out of people. Okay? So any more questions, guys? That was great, man. This has been fun. Awesome. Who asked me a question there? So, Fod, you could call me. You got to call me at this number, buddy, to talk to me if you want to discuss this with me. Or if that number doesn't work, try this number here. Because sometimes I don't get airways in my office for whatever reason. And one other thing, guys, is anybody wants, if you want a nice contract level and you're new to this, if you want training every single week and you want to be guaranteed in 2018 that you build an organization, I'm not clowning this year. I am building organizations with agents that want to build, and I am telling you right now that we're going to get to 100 reps real quick, and we're going to do it with the usage of you and your knowledge and your investment into this stuff. So you keep coming back to this. You keep taking my trade off me and learning how the hell does he make $600 to $1,000 premium sales on many of his sales? How do I get to $10,000, $20,000 a week by Wednesday? You know, how do I sell $500,000 annuities? How did I sell 27 annuities last year? I'm going for 30 this year. So I'm trying to prove that you can sell anywhere from 2 to 4 annuities a month using this strategy. Okay. So I need your help to prove this, guys. So go out there, fish this stuff out, get what's coming into the house compared to what they're spending, know what the bottom line is at the end of the month, and get to use that premium to invest into life insurance and get them to think invest. This doesn't cost them money. It's not going up in smoke. It's literally an investment for them. Each policy is to be trained to each individual prospect as it is 2 policies in 1, okay? Mr. Jones, this policy's on you, but if you die, Mrs. Jones gets 20 grand. Mrs. Jones, if you die before Mr. Jones, he's going to pull the cash value out. You see the value in that? There's 2 policies in 1, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. So, guys, I've sold, I've used the health of the wife to use the interest on the product to get a policy on the individual that couldn't get anything. They weren't getting anything. They were dying. So I would use the interest on this to compound over years. You can sell in so many different ways, but the simplest way is by showing value. All right? All right, guys, great job this week. Let's go out. Any questions? If you're joining the group, I need you to text me join. If you're coming back every week, I will put this. I will post this on Facebook, LinkedIn, and everywhere else. I didn't do it live on Facebook today because of everything. Alyssa, great job. She set 15 appointments, by the way, guys, when she walked away. So in 1 hour, 15 minutes, she set 15 appointments, and she usually does that every week. That shows you the quality of the lead, and it shows you that, with that being said, that I will come to the table and prove what I earned this week again. So I want to thank you all for being here. I will see you next week. Go do some work for some people and help a lot of people this week. If you have any questions, text me or get a hold of me on my phone, okay?